Hello and welcome to another episode of Hot Culture. This episode is for Wednesday, September 25th, 2013. I'm Monique Jones and I run Moniqueblog.net, a site that focuses on race and culture and entertainment. And we have Ashley and Jasmine with me as my co-hosts. So today we're going to be switching gears a little bit and talking about music. And music is something I usually don't have on my site, but today we're going to be talking about it because we have some contentious opinions about this particular album. And the album we're talking about is The Electric Lady by Janelle Monae. Um, if you are not familiar with Janelle Monae, then, well, I don't know where you have been, but first of all, would you say she's an R&B singer or just a singer?
She's, she's classified as R&B, I guess.
Really? I don't think I would actually classify her because she's like rock, kind of dance, and R&B at the same time. There's not really a category for that. I guess pop.
Well, I mean, on my Windows Media Player, the genre is R&B. So.
Well, we'll say she's R&B-esque, I suppose. And she has this. All the albums she's made so far are concept albums in which she's playing this character, this android named Cindy Mayweather, who is on the run because of an illegal relationship with a human named, I forget what his first name is, but the Sir Greendown. And if you've listened to that song, Sir Greendown, that's what all this is about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forget where I read that, but that's why she's on the run.
Well, what's the
Well,
argument?
I knew that's why she was on the run, but I didn't know I didn't know Sir Greendown was the dude.
Well, I think the Arc Android business is also because I think the androids are like either partially enslaved or like discriminated against or something, and so she's like probably the savior of all the androids, so they don't have to be considered less than human. Yeah. So that's
fascinating.
Yeah. So that's what the concept album series has been about. And this latest one, I really like it. I haven't personally read any other reviews of it, but I really like it, and I'll expound on my reasons why later. But I want to let Jasmine go first, because Ashley and I probably have the same opinion about this album, but Jasmine does not. So we will let you go first, because I'm interested to hear your opinions.
Okay, well, I actually didn't like the album that much, and if any of my friends are actually listening to this, they're probably going crazy because I talk about how much I love Janelle Monae all the time. But yeah, for some reason I didn't like this album that much, and it could be because I only listened to it. I probably listened to it only twice, and I don't know. It didn't have the same feel as the other two albums, which I guess were probably more story oriented than having the R&B focus like this one does. Because for some reason I feel like maybe she's trying to I guess put herself into a genre because she's so ambiguous. So I feel like she was more on the R&B side and being on the story, which is all well and good.
So is that all of what you didn't like about it? I'm just making sure, because I think our Skype connection is going wrong or something. Maybe that's on your end. I'm not sure.
Oh, well, that's pretty much it. Well, I did like some songs. I'm not gonna say that I hated the whole album. I did like the single that she released, and I did like Electric Lady, and yep, that was pretty much it.
Wow. 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 I still don't understand how you could not like more on the album. Like, I'm glad you didn't hate all of it, but there's just so much to like.
Well, at the same time, though, like, this time it was another CD that released, and I didn't like as much, because I recently found, like, a new artist to like a lot, and put a whole bunch of effort into liking. So when you told me that her CD came out, I was just like, oh, okay, I just put it on the back burner of liking at the moment, because I have this new artist to look at. So that's what happens all the time for me, is if I'm already, like, knee-deep in something, and then something new comes out, I have to wait till I get tired of what I'm currently interested in, and then like the other thing.
Well, who's the new artist?
I forget his name, mainly because it's in Japanese, but, it's like Shugo something. But yeah, he's an artist, and he's kind of popular in America, I guess. And his style is very playful. Has a lot of like xylophone-y sounds in it.
Sorry, I was laughing at the face Ash made as you were talking about this. Well, why do you like the album?
Let me just jump in here. Okay, so Janelle Monae, as we all agree, I believe, is one of the best things to ever happen to American music.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. And she's one of the best things to happen to the image of the black female in America.
Yes.
So, yay, Janelle, for that. We love you.
Woo.
But as far as the albums go, like, let's take it all the way back to a long time ago, whenever she first came out. That was it an EP? What is it? The
yes.
No. What was the first one called? Welcome to Metropolis.
Yeah, yes.
I didn't like that at all. I was like, okay, I'm dismissing this, because the first time I ever heard her sing was on Idlewild, Outkast's album.
Oh yeah, she was on that one.
And I was like, wow, I really like this lady's voice, but I hate these songs she's on, because I didn't like Idlewild very much. That's a whole nother conversation, the downfall of Outkast. Anyway, so then I tried to listen to the Welcome to Metropolis, and I was like, man, it's kind of weird. And then the ArchAndroid came out, and I was all set to hate it still. But then I was like, wait, this is kind of awesome. And I liked most of the songs, and a lot of the other songs that I didn't like, I've warmed up to over the years. And then, like, there was such a lull between that and this album. Like, there was all this buzz, and then she was going on all these tours, and then there was no album. And we were like, oh, man, what's she going to do next? And, of course, we were rooting for her to, like, do an album with Prince. Like, all the songs are just her and Prince. That would be amazing. Yeah. That still can happen.
It might happen.
I sure hope it does, because that would be the most epic album.
Oh yeah, the Prince song. I totally forgot. That one was amazing with her and Prince.
Yes. So anyway, whenever she started leaking songs, like, everybody was so excited. When Queen came out, I was like, I love it, because it was great.
Yeah, that was good.
And then Dance Apocalyptic came out on the CoverGirl commercial, and I was like, meh. But then I was like, you know what, this is awesome still. And then Primetime got released, and I was like, ugh, Miguel. But then I was like, oh, well, it sounds pretty good. And I don't know, it was awesome. And then the album finally came out, and I listened to it, and I was like, well, I like it. And the reason I was so, like, lackluster at first is because I listened to it on the bus on my way to school. And that's always a demoralizing, like, sad time, because I'm going to class, and nobody likes that. But anyway, so I listened to it again later, and I was like, this is awesome. The whole concept is just, like, flawlessly executed. The story of the CD is amazingly told. Like, it goes from song to song, and there's actually, like, kind of a narrative arc to it. And the way that she does her albums is that the songs flow into one another, which sometimes I hate because it's done badly. Looking at you, Mika. But but in this case, it was done beautifully. And her overtures are just beautiful. Like, nobody does overtures like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She does
I
an
love
incredible
her,
job
her
with the overtures.
interludes and overtures.
And so I'm just going to go through. I have the track listing here on my iPod. The first track, Suite 4 Overture, Electric Overture, beautiful. I mean, I could watch a ballet done to this overture, literally. Any of the overtures, I could watch a ballet done to it. Then the song with Prince, Giving Them What They Love, amazing. I mean, anything that Prince is in is good. Even if it's bad, it's still good.
Yeah.
Because he's made some horrible songs, but I still like them in a weird way because he's amazing. Queen, obviously, an amazing song. And if you haven't heard that song, you should listen to it. You should definitely pay attention to the rap at the end because that's the message everyone needs to hear at the end. Electric Lady, best song ever. Like, I play this song literally at least twice a day. I listen to this song.
It seems to encapsulate what everything she does is about.
But yes.
Yeah.
And the thing about, that's another thing. I know there's a story, and I usually hate stories on CDs because I'm like, I don't feel like following the story. I just want to listen to music. But the story and, like, the real Janelle Monae are so entwined. Like, it's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, she could be...
Yeah, she made the story, and, like, the story and the music actually go together. Like, you can't...
Right.
It's like, oh, you can't really have one without the other, you know?
Right. But you could also take the
but
story's
they could
context
also
out and be
stand
like, this is the story of Janelle Monae. And you're like, yep, it sure is, because she's basically like an outcast, but also loved at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've always wanted to see a comic book made of this series.
Yeah, that would be... Oh, that's an excellent idea.
You know...
Copyrighted right now. Nobody takes that idea. It is copyrighted by Joneses Incorporated on this day, September whatever, 2013. Continue.
Oh, but doesn't this remind you of Interstellar 555?
I'm not familiar with
the movie with all the Daft Punk songs?
Yeah. Does it remind me of it?
Well, I mean, does it not? Do you not think of Interstellar 5555?
No.
I don't even know what
I don't.
Oh, well, for Ashley, since she doesn't know, and for people who do not know what it is, Interstellar 555, there's 4 or 5, I think. It's like the movie that was like, I don't know who made it, but I do know that it's basically like this musical thing where it's like the music is all Daft Punk songs, and it tells a story about these aliens who are kidnapped because they make good music, and so they were forced to become human and make music for people. But then all the while they're like draining their energy or whatever, so they're like dying as they're making the music.
Wow,
and,
that's deep.
Yeah, and so then they get freed by this like awesome dude who dies later on, and then
spoiler.
And then they go back to their home planet and make music, and they're happy again. And then that's Interstellar 5555.
Fascinating.
They showed it on Toonami all the time.
Yeah, like you might have seen it. Like it had these blue people.
Yeah,
and they're making music.
One more time.
No.
You don't remember it? That was like that was like a music video for Cartoon Network. They would show it sometimes.
I'll have to research it. I might remember it, but I just don't know that I remember.
But it seemed like it was Daft Punk's first, like, big foray into the American music scene. Because that was the first thing I remember of them. But anyway, did you finish?
No, I'm still going down the track listing. After Electric Lady, there's an interlude in the world of Metropolis. And then you got Primetime, which actually sounds good, even though Miguel is in it. Miguel could be better if he just was better. Like, this song proves to us that if he just decided to sing well, he would do it. So, Miguel, you're not listening, but if somehow this message gets to you, actually try and stop trying to jump over people and kill them. Then we Were Rock and Roll, which I didn't like at first. But then once I got to the end of the song, I liked the kind of like choir that came in, and then I started appreciating the whole song more. Like, that's what I love about good albums. Like at first you're like, man, I don't know if I like it, but then like you listen to it again and it just opens up at a new level for you.
Yeah,
Then you have
that's what I'm realizing at the moment. Like as we're talking about it, I was just like, oh yeah, I actually did like that. Even though I just said I didn't like the whole album, but I do like the album. It's just I'm into something else at the moment. I'll say it that way.
Then we have another interlude. Then Dance Apocalyptic, which I absolutely love. This song it is so cool.
Oh, I love the interlude before that one.
Yeah.
You have like these like
the sorority girls.
Like sorority girls.
That's my favorite part. That little call. It's so funny. That song's awesome. Then you have Look Into My Eyes, which is like freaky weird 60s music, but I like it still. And it shows her vocal range also.
Yeah.
She's a really good singer. We have another overture, which is amazing. Then we have...
that one was really awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. Then we have It's Code, which that song, literally when I heard it, I was like, how did she jump back in time and become Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5?
Like a Jackson 5 song.
Like, I was so outdone. I was like, are you kidding me, Janelle Monae? Are you joking? Are you joking me right now? Like, this is amazing. I'm so glad.
And then the next one is a Stevie Wonder song.
Yeah, yes. Then the next one is a Stevie Wonder song, like, legit. It sounds like female Stevie Wonder or even regular Stevie Wonder, depending on what era you're looking in. I was completely amazed. And it's about her mom, which is really nice. Then it starts kind of going downhill for me. I don't mind Victory, but it marks the beginning of the end for me, which usually happens in all CDs. Like, at the end, you're just like, it's kind of falling off. So Victory is meh for me. Can't Live Without Your Love, I absolutely hate.
But I like that.
I might like it later, but I just feel like it's too basic for her. Like, the lyrics, I can't live, I can't eat, I can't breathe without your love. Okay, Janelle, I know you can do better than that. I know she can. She can.
It's fair.
Sally Ride, I haven't listened to it enough to really like it. Dorothy Dandridge Eyes, absolutely love. With Esperanza Spalding, I think that's a wonderful song. It's super catchy. And nobody's ever, to my knowledge, sung about Dorothy Dandridge. You know, they usually say Betty Davis Eyes, and for her to turn it and make it Dorothy Dandridge Eyes, I think it's really cool. And, like, giving, like, the African-American take on that or whatever. And what an experience.
And that also sounds, Dorothy Dandridge Eyes also sounds like 80s Michael Jackson.
It does. What an Experience is the last track, and I absolutely hate this song. It sounds like some sort of, and don't take this the wrong way, but it sounds kind of like a Feed the Children, like, culminating song at the end of the, like, benefit concert. You know what I'm talking about? I absolutely hate it. Like, I can't with it. Now, if I were in a concert and she sang this, I would totally be dancing and singing along with it, obviously. But just listening, I'm just like, man, I don't really want to hear it.
Yeah.
It's like the Michael Jackson Earth song.
Well, I
always saw it as, you know, help save the earth, welcome nature.
I guess. I think because, like, I was there when it came out. I was, I don't know, 3 or 4 or something like that. And we used to watch the music video every morning and reenact it every day. I have a special
every
connection.
morning?
I don't know. I don't know what channel that was and why they showed that every morning at the same time. I don't know. But that's what we used to do with it, so I had a special connection. But yeah, what an experience. I just don't know what she was thinking. I don't get it. It doesn't even sound like something she would write.
True.
So,
I mean, that is probably my most least favorite.
My most least favorite
song. And the second one is Sally Ride. That's my second least favorite. But
I listened to that half of the album.
You haven't?
Not really.
You should at least listen to It's Code and the Esperanza Spalding.
I stopped at, like, after the Miguel song, I was just like, okay, I'm done with this.
That's like the 3rd song.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's the 6th song.
Yeah.
But the reason why I like it is because to me it seems like the most cohesive album out of all of her albums. Like, I like all of her albums, but on the whole, like, especially the second one, like, you can tell, like, I know she likes doing different genres, and that's fine, like, all within keeping in her same genre of weirdness. But it's like the second one for sure. To me, jumps around in genres too much because like we go from R&B to pop to like not heavy metal, but it's like trying to be like hard rock or like some kind of weird rock tone that doesn't really fit. And then we have I forgot what that band's name is, but there's another band that she did a a, a song with that didn't really fit to me either in that album. And so I like this album because it's mostly the same genre of music instead of like bit bopping all over. So that's why I like it. And just the fact that it's a much more mature album than the other ones because we get a much broader range of instrumentation and we're dabbling in like old styles of music. And I like the 60s and 70s anyway, and 80s I guess. So I like that music anyway. So I like hearing those kinds of tones. And just that someone actually wanted to honor Dorothy Dandridge in a song and honor 80s Michael Jackson, which I don't think people do enough of. Like the 80s Michael Jackson with Quincy Jones doing the producing and stuff, and Berry Gordy, I guess. I'm not sure if he was still with Berry Gordy then.
And Stevie Wonder doing the writing.
Yeah, Stevie Wonder doing the writing, and then you have an actual Stevie Wonder sounding song, like a song that isn't just a copy. It's like honoring 70s Stevie Wonder music. And then you have another song, it's Code, that goes back to the Jackson 5. And it's not, I'm sure some people will be like, wasn't that copying? But to me, it's not. I won't say it's copying. I would say it's a great homage to, or homage, or however you say that word.
Depends on where you're from.
Okay, well, homage to those types of styles of music that people don't really dabble in as much as I think they should. Like, that was when music, well, I'll say R&B music sounded the best, I think. Like, after the 90s, and it just went downhill. And I think people should go back to that music. If they want to make good R&B music, they should bring in some of the old school ways of making music, because that's what people were listening to in the first place. Like, that's what people were buying, and that's what was selling. And it was selling for a reason, because it was awesome. So, that's my review of The Electric Lady. And I do like the interludes, specifically because I know normally we usually get like music interludes, but I like how these interludes were made, just because it sounds like it's a real radio show, and I just like radio shows in general. So that's my opinion.
All in all, if you haven't listened to this album yet, it's on Spotify, so you can listen to it for free. And I think there's something for everybody to love on this album. Like, there's something for everybody to attach to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you can tell just from our conversation, there's different songs that each of us like for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Janelle Monae is one of the only successful, I don't even want to call her a crossover, she's just like universal artist.
Yeah, universal.
Anybody from any genre would like one of her songs. And that's a really hard thing to do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad she's doing it, because in a world with people like, I don't know, who's making terrible music right now?
Justin Bieber.
Well, Bieber, I guess. People who are, Taylor Swift. People who are just clearly manufactured, like, robot singers or whatever. It's good to have a real singer who has imagination and the actual talent to make a good CD that everybody can enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Since Michael Jackson is no longer with us, somebody's going to pick up the slack here and make universal music.
Yeah.
So
that wraps up this conversation. What rating would you give this, Ash?
Well, I want to give it a 5 out of 5, but I also hate some of those songs at the end. But I'll give it a 5 out of 5 with the knowledge that some of the songs are not good.
Right. I think I'll give it a 5 out of 5 because my enjoyment of the CD is greater than the impact of those two songs.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I find myself reaching for this CD over any other CD in my iPod. So we'll just leave it at 5 out of 5 with no notes.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable giving a rating?
Well, I mean, the only rating I could give it because I'm not fully into it yet. I will say I'll probably give it like maybe a 4. A 3.5 to a 4. That's my range.
Wow, that's generous.
Yeah.
Saying you didn't like it.
Well, I mean, like I said before, it's not that I didn't like it because I did like most of the songs on there. It's just it came out when I recently found like a new artist, or recently found something else to listen to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wasn't listening to, and yes, I know I can listen to multiple things for people out there who are saying that, if there's anything to be said about that. But yes, I know I can't listen to multiple songs at once and then be crazy about them. But because I put so much effort into liking one thing, I just have to take things like one artist at a time. But yes, a 3.5 to a 4 because I like the Prince song. I actually do listen to that one on a regular basis. The first song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that wraps it up for this episode of Hot Culture. You can find out where to find me at my Spreaker show page. You can check out Moniqueblog.net. And like I said, the other links to Twitter and Facebook are on the Spreaker show page. You can leave me a comment about this or other episodes at my Gmail address, which is also on my Spreaker account, Spreaker show page. Which if you need to know what it is and you don't feel like going, it's mljcollegeblog@gmail.com. But everything's there at Spreaker. You can also leave a comment at the end of this blog post. And I hope to see everyone back, all our listeners back next time when we talk about another hot issue in hot culture. Thanks, and we'll be back to entertain y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We love you, Janelle Monae.